Now, I did want to talk about the passing of Takeoff. As previously reported, Takeoff has passed away um, in a Houston bowling alley at the time. I think it was like 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. And there's a lot of people talking about what happened, what conspired. We'll get into that in a little bit. But some people were saying, oh, well, it was because it was over a dice game, and or it was some kind of argument that broke out and people was guns blazing or whatever the case was. But according to the Houston Police Department, there was about 40 to 50 people that were at the scene of the crime. When they arrived, they saw Takeoff, and he had a gunshot wound to his head and neck, and he was pronounced dead at that point. Now, there's a lot of talk to how it started. I certainly tried to look it up. I tried to look at different blogs and posts talking about it. But I mean, from what I'm hearing, it was the dice game. It either was the dice game or there was an argument that broke out, and Quavo and Takeoff was essentially being the mediator, trying to de-escalate the situation, which caused the shooting. I think that this is bad. I mean, this is happening to a lot of rappers that are in the limelight, and it really is. And I think someone said this before, because there was another rapper that got, I think with the PB&B Rock situation. It's like, yo, rappers are not safe. They are not safe. They're getting attacked by people that, and I don't want to sit there and say that, oh, they're people that's jealous and trying to make it about vanity, but it's literally to the point where, yeah, these rappers are getting attacked because of their wealth, and because people think that they have all this money on them, and they could be a good cash grab if you rob them and stuff like that. Not saying that this was the case here. This could have very much been some type of conflict. We don't really know. Or I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me if y'all know anything for sure in the comments on how this fight broke out, child. But all I know is we lost Takeoff, and that just shouldn't have happened. Now, I'm gonna tell you what I don't like about this discourse that's been going on this week, because we have a lot of people talking about the whole, oh, well, that's the problem with hip hop, and gangster rap is really bad for the community, and this, that, and the third. And, I've seen a couple comments talking about this. One big name that I've heard talking about this was Lakeith Steinfeld. He made a post saying that, oh, if you listen to gangster rap, you're not black, or you're not pro black, this, that, and the third. Making a whole think piece. And that's the thing too. Like, somebody died. The week should be about us mourning him and remembering what he brought to the table in this industry. It should not be a think piece. And for people to sit there and try to be like, even the people that's trying to say this is a fucking superstitious situation, like, oh, they're sacrificing him. Like, shut up. Like, be quiet. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody cares about that. I'm gonna get into the gangster rap discourse in a minute, but to be honest, no, like, we are supposed to be mourning this rapper. And the moment, it seemed like every time somebody dies, it's always either a conspiracy theory or it's something that we need to get rid of. This is the problem. Rap is the problem. People have been saying that shit for years. That is such a Eurocentric belief. Because let's be clear, a lot of white people be saying that shit, and now black people are starting to catch on and be like, well, gangster rap is bad and rap is bad. But half of y'all be listening to it still. Let's be very clear. Now, like, in regards to Lakeith, and I'm just like, it's giving very much hypocritical. Like, because wasn't you on a video with SZA and y'all was shooting people left and right? Well, I guess film doesn't count, because let's be clear. And my thing is this: if we're gonna sit there and be like, we need to ban gangster rap or ban hip hop in general, what about gangster affiliations and gangster themes in film, TV shows? Like, should we get rid of shows like Power and Snowfall or whatever hell else that has to deal with gang affiliation and stuff like that? No, I don't think so. So I think that the rule should apply to hip hop. Hip hop is not the sole reason why there's so much violence in the black community. Let's be very clear. Violence in the black community starts at home. Okay, and I'm explaining. So when we were children and we were beaten by our parents because of whatever, right? It was because of that we learned that violence is how to solve problems. That's where I think violence in this community starts. And we can agree to disagree on that, but that's just how I personally feel about that. If we want to start pointing fingers on what's the reason why the violence is so much violence in this community, I think that's definitely number one. If you want to say rap or hip hop or gangster rap or whatever, fine, but music is not making people kill people. It is. There's no evidence of that. So I think that a lot of people need to get off that think piece every time somebody gets killed. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about with the situation, the people that was posting like videos, like actual video footage of like Quavo crying out to Takeoff, and we're actually seeing him like laid out. And I didn't see the video. Glad I didn't. But even the people that are like posting the argument that led up to the actual situation, like, I think it had something to do with DJ Academics, because I think he posted. I'm not sure, but I heard about him posting about it or something like that. That's weird too. Like, you see in this situation happen, you see this person get shot down, and the first thing you do is put up a phone. And I know we're in this era of social media where everything is a moment to post on social media and get a video footage of it, but it's just nasty. It's nasty, and I think that needs to, we need to get some decorum, honestly, because it don't make any sense how we're seeing that. Like, from what I've heard, like, you've seen Takeoff like laid out, and you've seen his blood, like, because he got shot in the head. Like, that shit is graphic, and for social media to keep those videos up, like, what's really going on? I don't know, child, but I think this is a really sad time, and I don't know what to say. I think he needs to be, at the end of the day, he needs to be commemorated for his contributions he did for hip hop, and that should be all. Okay, no more think pieces on, oh, well, I think y'all need to stop doing this, or we need to stop shedding light to music. Like, please stop talking. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comments, and I'll be back later, child.